Welcome. I'm Kinetic Symphony. I hunt down and report on weird and true mysterious stories, from glitches to the paranormal. Case file number 828, written by Becky Louise 1. Traveling at the speed of glitches. This happened a few years ago, and it's only because I've, 30 female, found myself here on the sub that I've remembered it. The weirdest thing happened to me and my 26 male boyfriend one night. So for a little context, I'll just say I live pretty close to a motorway, and there's this one huge roundabout just off of it that you can take to get to a couple destinations called Ainley Top. Anyway, it's a big roundabout with 3 lanes and 5 exits. The exit that takes us in the direction to my house is the second one as you come off the motorway, and it's distinct because it's the only exit on this roundabout where you have to go under a bridge and it's all lit up. This roundabout is always busy because it separates 2 towns. Here's what happened, and it all happened quite fast. We came off the motorway, and it was about an hour or so after rush hour, so it wasn't super busy, but it wasn't dead either. So we're driving towards the roundabout in the right lane of 2 lanes, and we need to move to the left in order to be able to get onto the left lane of the roundabout and exit at the correct point. As we're about to switch lanes, another car that is the same as ours, significant or not, cuts us up and we end up missing the exit. So I'm like, oh, for crying out loud, we're gonna have to go all the way back around now. This was annoying because I needed to wee. But hey ho, so we start to drive around again and reach the lights at the 3rd exit of the roundabout, which are red, so we wait. When they turn green, we set off, and then the weirdest thing happened. Just as quickly as we blinked, we were driving down the exit we were originally supposed to take. We were coming out of the other end of the bridge with the lights. Absolutely impossible because we'd missed that exit and we needed to do a whole other loop of the roundabout to get back to it again. Not to mention the fact that the exit road itself is quite lengthy before you reach the bridge. I use this roundabout multiple times a week. I know it like the back of my hand, and I've lived in this town all my life. At first I thought it might just have been me being tired and not concentrating, but I looked at my boyfriend and his face was just like, what the hell? I said, did you just see that happen as well? And he was like, yeah, what the heck just happened? Absolutely no explanation for it at all, and we were just weirded out for the rest of the night. We were totally sober. I was a little tired, but absolutely lucid like normal. So weird. Case notes for file 828, traveling at the speed of glitches. Probably a classic case of quantum immortality, but in a duo sense, which plenty of stories of that happening now. People dying and then being transposed to a new universe, but with the person they were next to. I don't know if the limitation or the requirement is simply that you die next to each other, like in physical space in that universe, or that you're connected in some more emotional or familial way, but it wouldn't surprise me at all. There's just so many bad drivers these days. I mean, I don't even drive personally, but I know I just walk around and bike around sometimes, and the amount of people that just don't care or don't notice you, it's kind of baffling. You're driving tons of metal at extremely high speeds. Probably want to pay attention, right? I think people lose sight of how crazy that kind of is, driving. Obviously important and necessary, but crazy at the same time. Probably someone ran the red light at the roundabout. I know roundabouts are supposed to be safer. From the US and Canada, don't really have those here. But even at modest speeds, crashes can be fatal. That would account well for this story, I think. Creepy file number 62, written by roboticArrow, the Meow of terror. It was around 12 a.m. I was home alone and sitting on the couch reading, by TV light, which is not good lighting by the way, struggling to fall asleep. Our couch rests up against a window with shutters that basically remain closed to keep the house cool. While I was reading, I heard a slightly playful sounding meow. I froze for a moment. I wasn't sure if I heard correctly. It was bizarre, and it was a very clear human saying meow. I remained frozen. And about 2 minutes later, another booming meow came from behind me again. The window was not open. The shutters were also closed, but the voice was right behind me. A chill went through my body, starting at the base of my neck, and I sank down further into the couch until I basically melted into the floor. and hid down in front of the couch. I laid along the inside lining so I couldn't be seen from any cracks in the shutters or through the huge backyard sliding glass door. I remained in that position until morning. I didn't move. I just lay there staring into the dark house, hoping that I'd never hear that meow again. Nobody ever confessed to doing this, but to this day it freaks me out. I'm afraid of dark backyards at night. I always sleep with the backlight on now. Case file number 829, written by Prince Peach 007. An entire neighborhood spawned from nowhere. I live in a rural area and there's a super long back road that connects the two parts of town. Normally you get to the midway point and you can't go straight anymore. You must take a 90-degree turn to continue. Now if you didn't turn, you would run into one of those huge swinging metal gates with a field behind it. Well, yesterday, I had to give my 21-year-old nephew a drive to his doctor's appointment, and I used the GPS system. We turn onto the long road and then start down it. The GPS says, in 100 feet, turn left. We both say, what the hell? And he is saying, you gotta get that thing fixed. And we're laughing. Well, we arrived at the section and there was a left turn now, where before there had been a field. There was a whole neighborhood down there. Now we are both quiet and he says, yo, like how and when did this get here? We drive that road every day. I even asked my husband and he laughed at me saying, there's no left turn. I went back today and it's still there. Case notes for file 829. An entire neighborhood spawned from nowhere. This is interesting. It's sort of quantum immortality, but Mandela effect, but your nephew does remember it that way. So unless this is another case of dual quantum immortality, you both died and now you're both in a new universe, that could explain it. But I'm not sure. That's a major difference between universes. Usually they're very small. This is big league changes. Why did you jump to a universe so far away? Maybe in all other cases, somehow you were all dead until this universe, in the great multiverse. Even if you jump 1,000,000 away from the original, there's still almost infinite more. Googleplexes more to choose from. I do think if we die and we are transposed to a new universe, we do follow a set path based on iterations, differences between universes. The more different, the further away it is. Well, further, I mean, I don't know how it applies exactly in terms of space between universes, if you understand what I mean. The distances between iterations of the universes in the multiverse. Case file number 830. Written by Chells182. The Cigarette Anomaly. My boyfriend and I stopped at a gas station earlier before heading to his father's for dinner. I was running in to get myself a drink and he asked if I would grab him a pack of cigarettes. I specifically got him a cheaper brand than what he buys himself. I got the shorts because he likes to taste better than the 100s for this specific brand. We get to his dad's, eat dinner, he wants to go outside to smoke. I grabbed a new pack from my purse and handed to him. He unpacks it, rips the cellophane, tears off the little shiny paper inside and throws it out, and we go out to the porch and he smokes. About an hour later, we got into the car to go home. He pulls out a pack of cigarettes from his coat pocket, packs it, opens it, and says, wait a minute, where's the open pack? You grabbed me 2 packs? Well, I most certainly did not grab him 2 packs. The pack he opened in the car is the exact same cigarettes he opened inside an hour earlier. No idea how this happened. I thought maybe he had just forgotten that he got himself a pack earlier, but it's not even the same brand he buys for himself. His father doesn't smoke, so he would have certainly noticed if we left it there. I was expecting to find a second pack in my purse or in his coat, but so far none have showed up. Also, I know smoking is gross, so spare me the criticism. I've quit entirely and he's cut back by half his daily intake. Something to be proud of. Case notes for file 830, the Cigarette Anomaly. What's really weird about this one is, you could say, okay, he just forgot that he bought a second pack and it was just this off-brand that you bought him as well for some reason. Maybe he wanted to save money. But the fact that there isn't a second pack anywhere to be found, literally is just like the pack you bought him was reset in time to being unopened. It seems a lot of objects are just losing cohesion. They're duplicating themselves, going out of phase, reappearing, resetting in time. Something wonky is going on. Very unnerving in a sense. And yeah, even that story of the dead pixel in space-time, just a black dot floating above this person's threshold to the door or something. That's unnerving, isn't it?